Today's video is what to do when your bank account closes. You might be in a situation where your bank account closes and there are so many things that happen at the same time. Credit cards closed, bank account closed, job things changed, nothing's working. You owe rent in 3 days. I could say this because that's what happened 85 days ago, and it took 75 days to get out of that. I even switched to a credit union, and a credit union was like with a big bank like Chase or Wells Fargo, you could put something in and use it right away. With a credit union, you might put something in and it won't load for a week, and then you'll get overdrafts again. And that was part of the problem before. You get overdrafts, so now you just get overdrafts again. But with a credit union, it's friendlier. You can still get in a credit union account when you have no money, when things don't work out, and you need a bank account. All right, so say you owe like $1,000 at the end of the week, right? Job's not working out. Now it's complicated if you don't have a rideshare job. I don't know how to help you if you don't. I would just borrow money somehow. And when you borrow money, there's ways to borrow money. So if you borrow money, you can put collateral. So sometimes you can get a title loan, you own your car. You can go to a pawn shop. Terrible idea, but you can still go to a pawn shop. You can go to a title loan and get an even more worse loan because they have bank loans that are like 200%. Those are terrible. That I've never done. There's places online that people let you borrow money from, but I wouldn't. Don't worry about that. You don't gotta do that. There's credit cards are the easiest, but credit cards take 2 weeks to come in, or maybe they take 4 days to come in. So it does not use a credit card just yet. And you can't use credit card to pay debt. You could use it to pay another person and pay for an item, but you can't use it to pay like credit card debt. Oh, and then the credit card payment, right? So credit card payments, some places like Capital One let you give you a 30-day period before they report it. Okay, so you could put that on the back burner, put that in the back. Okay, we have a little bit more time with Capital One. How about with you owe the landlord money? You have to sometimes you have to prioritize. For me, that was a priority, but I also owed another guy $1,200, right? But where's the money coming from if there is no money? The only thing that really helped me was able to do. I actually bought a car on 18% finance interest, a $29,000 car for $50. That's gonna cost me $55. I already had Uber rolling. If I didn't have Uber rolling, then I wouldn't have done it because it might take a long time for the application process to happen. But I already had an Uber account. I was doing rental Ubers, and I was able to do Uber and get the money ASAP. So what? Now that you have a credit union account, you can put money in there. It's not going to instantly drain. Whereas if you put it in the account that's already negative, you can't use it, right? And so I would say with food, don't even do groceries. Just work. If you have to pay $10, $20 for a meal, do it and work. Because my mind, for example, I'm not gonna go home. Oh, let me go to Walmart. Oh, let me go Moon Club. I'm like, oh man, how do I pay this? How do I pay this? How do I pay this? And now that I'm out of survival mode, it took me like at least 90 days to get out of. It was so bad. Nothing was working. Late on everything. Everything was closed. Every account was closed. But back to the topic. Shoot, I forgot what this video is about. Survival mode. Oh yeah, what to do when your bank account is closed, right? So then you get your credit union account, right? And then if you do Uber, you could Uber till you get a cash tips. So when you get cash tips, you can pay for food, even if you don't have your bank account set up. And even with the credit union account, right away, it didn't let me use my money. So I had the money for the landlord, but I couldn't pay the rent because it took like a whole week. I couldn't use Zelle yet. It took me a whole 2 weeks to load, and I think I had to have in and out transactions so that they trusted me, but it didn't let it go right away. And then that was horrible. So I bought a car. They let me have it on the spot right away. I was able to register for Uber. I was able to Uber right away. But it's like you're a sinking ship. If you owe everyone money, it just drains to the point where you owe this guy money because you owe this guy money, and you might find yourself with $1,000 of fees, right? And so you have to just pick the most important one. The only way is pick the one big one, or just pick one and work on that one. because you can't work on four different like $4,000, like you can't work on four different $2,000 loans. You just have to pick one and disappoint everybody else. But all the people you disappoint, you want to keep constant communication with. So if you disappointed them, tell them your work situation, tell them your numbers. Say, oh, I'm making this much a week. Screenshot your earnings, show them how much you're making. Tell them you will pay them. You can't constantly keep saying, hey, I'm gonna help you, I'm gonna pay. But just give them updates. Tell them that you work 15 hours. Tell them you work 15 hours. If you're smoking weed or going home watching TV, exit this video, get out of here. There's only people who like, it was like 12 to 15 hour days for like 60 days because the snowball was so big that, anyway. And then that's just one idea, Uber, because the other things are too slow and they don't give you the cash right away. Even use Instawork. Instawork, you have to wait, you have to do enough things. Well, maybe you could do Instawork, but you just have to do enough where you get the cash ASAP. I don't have 2 weeks to wait if this kind of thing happens. Craigslist. You want to do moving work? Put an ad on Craigslist. Say you help move for $15 an hour, minimum $100, or minimum like $100 per the day. I've done that before too. Some markets right now are not good to reply to ads, but you could put ads out and put them on your terms. I've done that too. I've got cash. I did that when I didn't have an Uber car. So, but the problem with that is less. You can't get yourself 20-hour days, and you have to cycle through. You usually have to cycle through 3 different people before one gives you mad hours that are flexible. Eventually, I found a job on a farm. I had as many hours as I wanted on the farm, and basically, I just got tired. So I just worked till I was tired, and I couldn't no more. He trusted me with a massive lawnmower. I didn't think I could even use it, but I was able to. He taught me how to use a massive lawnmower. It's a 0-turn lawnmower. So if I could do that, you could do that too. If I could do Uber, you could do that too. If I could do the oil field, you could do that too. So many things I could do. I did the Trans Am bike race, 4,000-mile bike race. You could do that too. Look at this. That's where I live. I did that on negative money. That's why I'm in this situation. That's why I got broke. Well, I've been broke before. I have cycles of broke. And so I'm so good at coming out of being broke and coming right out of it, but then I just go right back into it. And we can talk about that in another video. I might have to say that just as to give myself a guideline, and then I watch my own videos. Dude, I have this one video that I watch all the time about how to get out of broke. It's actually my earlier on, and I should have watched that. Anyway, I probably went on topic. If you actually do have it, I don't think I answered your question. If you do have any more questions on it, just put it in the comments.